What's going on, guys? My name is Ferris. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about 3 books that I think everyone should read if you feel like you're serious about improving your life. Now, this will be especially useful if you don't really like reading that much. If you don't feel like you enjoy reading, it feels like a drag, because honestly, I lean more towards that kind of person that doesn't enjoy reading that much. So if you've been looking to improve your life in any way imaginable, whether it's with your time management, your health, your fitness, your mindset, these 3 books, they're not that long and they will definitely change your life if you can actually go through all of them. I'm going to start with the most kind of technical book and then end with the most, I guess you can call it more of a mindset, spiritual kind of book. So the first book I want to talk about is called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. This book is so thin, it's like 100 pages. It's a very short book, but it's 21 tips on time management, productivity. This is great if you work a job, if you're starting your own business. It's overall just a very, very good book if you want straight to the point, no fluff, tips and tricks on how to become more productive, especially when it comes to your time management. This is the book that really stressed the importance of planning your day the night before for me. You know, I heard people talk about it all the time, like you should be planning your day, you should be scheduling what you're working on. I heard it a million times, but I never really realized how important it was until I read it in this book. And Brian Tracy, if you don't know who he is, he's probably one of the most credible people in the sales and business world, and he's very, very well known for his mindset teachings as well. This book is phenomenal. It's like $15, $20 on Amazon. Again, it's a very, very short read. I would highly recommend grabbing this book called Eat That Frog. It is one of the books where it doesn't matter what point you are in your life, it is going to teach you something. Like I said, it's 21 different tips on how to eliminate procrastination, which I think we can admit so many people struggle with nowadays, especially if you're younger. Time management, mindset, all these different things. It's just such an amazing book, and it's so condensed with knowledge and just amazing tips to improve your time management, your focus, eliminate procrastination, all that amazing stuff. The second book I want to talk about is Atomic Habits. This is a lot more of a famous book for sure. You've probably heard of this one, but what you have to understand is habits are literally the foundation and the puzzle pieces of your life, really, to put it that way. Is if you don't have good habits, it's pretty much impossible to get anything done or to amount to anything, even in the slightest. Your habits are it's just the foundation of how you live, whether you admit it or not. Every single day you wake up and your day consists of like 90% habits. You probably work a job, you probably work out, or really whatever you do, it's going to be a habit 90% of the time. Most people don't really try something new every single day. We're very much in a routine. We're constantly repeating the same thing. And if you want to take the first step into improving your life, saving your time, cutting distractions, improving your mindset, it all starts with your habits. There's a reason this book has like over 2 million units sold. It really doesn't surprise me. It's such a practical, useful book. And it even dives into the psychology behind habits, which I think is super, super useful to understand. This book really taught me, the breakthrough for me was understanding that the way you design your environment is actually more important than having self-discipline. People seem to be very obsessed with self-discipline, and just the word discipline has become a buzzword nowadays, and I think discipline is overrated. This book, Atomic Habits, really reminded me that it's more about how you design your environment. It's how you remove temptations. It's how you structure certain things, make certain things less appealing, other things more appealing, and all these different things. And it's a very, very eye-opening book. And again, like the first book, especially if you're young and you're trying to make someone of yourself, this book will change your life. And with that being said, the last book I want to talk about is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This is by Dr. Joe Dispenza, another very famous and well-respected person when it comes to mainly your mindset and the subconscious mind and different teachings like that. This book is probably the most complex on the list. It does take a bit of actual digestion and sitting down and really thinking about what you're reading. It's not a book I would breeze through. I would definitely take your time when reading this book. But my God, is it a fascinating book. It starts off talking about really quantum physics, which does have a huge correlation with your subconscious, because as you probably know or don't know, the most beneficial and powerful things in this world aren't actually physical. They're metaphysical. Metaphysical just means that it's a non-physical thing, which you could also say is energy, vibration, all that amazing stuff. And that book especially is going to help you if you feel like you've tried so hard to change the kind of person you are, but you can't. This book will really uncover everything for you, and it'll make you understand that your thoughts truly are everything. This sounds so obvious and it sounds so straightforward, and you're probably watching this right now and you're thinking, yeah, whatever, Ferris, like I know that, I understood that, I've heard that a million times. Yeah, I know that my thoughts are important, but like whatever, right? But you need to really sit down and think about this critically. But according to all sorts of references, like scientific references, even a lot of religious perspectives of this prove that your thoughts actually not only shape the kind of attitude or personality you're going to have, but they actually physically shape your fate and your future. And this book is from a very credible person, Dr. Joe Dispenza. He does retreats and he hosts seminars and all these amazing things all over the world constantly. He's very, very well known for these teachings. And honestly, compared to other people, he explains things in a very simple and straightforward way. And this book, I feel like once you've read a couple different books on mindset and self-improvement, this book will really, really change your life. And it's going to open your mind. I can't even really express it in words, but it's going to open your mind like no other book. And yeah, pretty much that's all I have to say in this video. I just wanted to get on here, make this video, talk about these 3 books. And definitely comment which book you like out of these 3, or which book you might have read, may have not read, which book you are the most interested in looking into. Because there are a lot of books out there that have fancy titles, and they really don't teach you much. And the funny thing about these books is that the people and the authors have done a good job at marketing it. But me personally, I'm not the biggest reader. So if I'm going to read a book, I really want it to be a life-changing, helpful book that I can, the second I'm done reading it, go into my life and start improving things right away. That's just the kind of person I am. And if you feel like you're that person as well, and I think that these books are going to change your life like nothing else. But when it comes to the topic of improving your discipline, improving your thoughts, improving your productivity, your time management, these are all really universal skills. And these are things that you can't really escape from. If you are living right now and you are breathing oxygen and you don't want to be a failure in life, these books are going to help you like nothing else. I don't think there are that many books that top these books, and to talk about the books that aren't very useful but are famous, a couple of them are books like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've read both of those books. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's also a really good book. But the thing about these books is that I personally believe that there's a bit too much hype around these books and they're not very practical. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. It's a pretty short video compared to the ones I normally make. But hopefully this shed a new light for you on some of these books, and hopefully this is the start for something amazing for you.